afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about scientific observations. Scientists use observations to gather data and collect information. Please take 10 seconds to discuss with your partner why scientists need to make observations and what they can do with the observations that they make. I'm going to cold call someone to share their ideas.
So scientists
Scientists
talk a lot
use
about
their
laboratory
observations because they want to
use them
make questions,
to
answer
aptly
the questions
describe
through
like what they're trying to
experiments
prove.
and labs.
What
And
do you
I'd say
think?
they need to
For
make some
measuring
conclusions
stuff in chemistry.
about
Oh,
those
exactly.
experiments.
Ready? Eliza, could you share an idea that you and Jordan came up with?
So we said that scientists need to make observations to form questions that they need to then answer and then ultimately make conclusions.
Great. So there are two types of scientific observations. The first is qualitative and the second is quantitative. When we make qualitative observations, we use our senses. Without talking, can everyone hold up on their hand the number of senses we can use to make our qualitative observations? That's right, we have 5 senses: sight, taste, smell, hearing, and touch. And by using these senses, we can make very detailed descriptions that will help us with our qualitative observations. The second type of observations are quantitative observations, which use numbers and measurements. Measurement tools like the ruler, Sarah, can you hold up the ruler? Scientists use tools like a ruler or a thermometer, for example, to make their quantitative observations and to find precise numbers. So let's try some examples. We're going to do a chorus exercise where I'm going to hold up an object and I'm going to make an observation. And after I make that observation, I would like you all to say together if it was qualitative or quantitative. Can we try it? All right, so I have a calendar for my object right now. My first observation is that the ink on this calendar is black.
Qualitative.
Awesome. And my second observation is that there are 12 pages in this calendar.
Quantitative.
That's great. Now, I want you guys to try some examples on your own. So with your partner, I've given you each an object, and please discuss with your partner for about 20 seconds a qualitative and a quantitative observation, and then I'll cold call someone to share the observations that they've come up with.
So let's
So-
measure it to see how big it is.
What do you want to say about that?
7.5 inches.
Awesome. What is it? We could say it's wrapped in plastic.
I think that there are 3 pencils,
Qualitative.
so I think that's quantitative.
So 7.5 inches inside of plastic. That's perfect. Red.
Are you ready?
Qualitative.
So Jordan, can you share a qualitative observation?
The inside of this bag is red.
That's great. And Sarah, can you share a quantitative observation? Perhaps maybe you used your ruler?
The length of the movie box is 7.5 inches.
That's great, and that's a great way to use a measurement tool like we discussed. Now, I made up a short song for us to do to practice understanding the difference between qualitative and quantitative observations. So I'll sing it once, and then we can all sing it together. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right, here we go. When we are scientists, we need observations. There are 2 types to use. They help us collect data. The first is qualitative, and the second is quantitative. For qualitative observations, we use our senses to make descriptions. For quantitative, we use numbers. Measurements help us collect data. Ready? All together.
Yeah.
Here we go. When we are scientists, we need observations. There are 2 types to use. They help us collect data. The first is qualitative, and the second is quantitative. For qualitative observations, we use our senses to make descriptions. For quantitative, we use numbers. Measurements help us collect data. Awesome. Does anyone have any questions, or do we feel like we understand the difference between qualitative observations and quantitative observations? Yes?
Just to make sure, so quantitative, you should use a measurement device.
Great, yes, or numbers. And that's pretty much the difference between the two, is that one uses numbers while the other one uses descriptions.
Okay.
That was a great question,
That
Jeff.
makes sense.
How do we feel? Good?
I feel great.
Awesome. All right, see you guys tomorrow.